Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to start working on stage 32 and of the Robocop build, and we'll see how far we get. Might do 33 and 34. If I do stretch into 32, I'll be doing 34 because 34 has very little to do in it. So let's get the parts out. What we have here is a failure to communicate. No, we have some EM screws, some BP screws, EP screws, a couple of plastic parts. Almost looks like the wrist, except for I know it's not. We're still working on the leg. And a rubberish plastic sleeve that goes over part of the knee. Let's go ahead and get the parts or the book open and find out what each of these parts is. So what we have is the right knee sleeve, and then the upper knee joint parts A and B, and some screws. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the sleeve, and this is always tricky because they don't give you really wonderful pictures. Kind of having to figure out which way this goes. Push it down on the right knee. So this goes this way. And I want to say this will go this way. The only reason I say that is this split right here looks like this right here. This rounded piece. So hopefully I've got this right. So we're going to slide this down here like that. And I think I mentioned this on the last knee that it does not go far enough down for you to actually work in here. So you got to pull it down a little bit further than what it's supposed to go. You fit the right upper knee joint. You've got these two pieces. This one with these screw tabs is the one we're going to fit, and it's going to go in here. These two posts here are going to go through these two holes here, I think. Something like this. And then you're going to put two BP screws in there. There are three, one spare. The BP screws are going to go into those posts that I pointed out. And that's how you know you don't have it in the right spot, because it's not hitting those posts at all. It has to go quite a ways further down. And truly, just like with the other leg, I'm not impressed with the way they did this, because you almost have to tear the plastic sheathing over the knee to get it to go far enough down. And it still doesn't look like it's going to where it needs to be. Double check, I've got that in the right spot. There we go. I had it. There's a there's a lip in there that I wasn't getting past. But still, it is. I'm not sure if it's a really good design, because you're putting some serious stress on the rubberized part of the knee. Okay, so we'll put that on there. Get both of these tightened down. It is going into plastic but through metal, so you can tighten it down a little bit more, but not too much. You're not going to split the metal. So that's got that in place. Let's go ahead and turn the page. Usually I'm looking at these pages for the first time when I'm showing them on screen. So we're going to take this, we're going to put it on here like this. These two holes, this hole here and this hole here, is where your screws are going to go. Those screws are going to go into these two posts. Again, they're going into plastic, hence the EP screws. And again, that flange is a little bit blocking it. Let me see. Almost a socket, but not quite. Pull this down again. I think that's got it in place. This is really... There we go. It popped. There was a gap up here at the top. When it popped, it slid over. Hopefully it stays in place while I get the screws out. So we'll get these two EP screws out. One in here. One in the other spot, which I believe it just popped open. It did. See if we can get, there we go. Got it back in place. Tighten this down. Do the same with the other one. If I can find the head of the screw. Then we slide the sheaths back up. Only about to there, it looks like. Until the assembly is visible through the lower opening. Okay, so you have to slide it up to where you get this. Then you bring the leg over from, what was this, stage 29, or actually it's assembly from stage 30. And you're going to put this on here. This flange, or that gap, is going to go onto this flange here. I believe that's the way it goes. Hang on. What is, hang on. Pull it up further because we have posts that have to go through these holes. Like that. And then we have a groove fits inside 29 marked with an R. Then we have two EM screws to put in place. Since they are EM, they're going into metal, which means I get out the 3-in-1 oil. This part is actually supposed to be up here like this. Let's see, they're going to go into this hole here, the top and the bottom hole. This middle hole does not have a screw in it. It may have a screw later. I think it does when the this side of the leg goes on. I'm going to drop this screw in here like this. It did catch. Wasn't sure if it was going to catch that quickly. We're going to dip this one in the oil. We're going to do the same thing here. And then we're going to tighten them both down. There's that one. And I mentioned in the last video, actually I didn't mention it as much. I mentioned in the last video before I had to do the voiceover. Now that these screws are in here, it's a little bit firmer. It actually will, instead of trying to feel like it's trying to fly apart, it's actually starting to catch a little bit better. But that is all there is to do in that stage. And since we're at a 9-minute mark, and I'm trying to get over 8 minutes on the videos, I'm going to leave it here. We'll stand his leg up. Let's see if we can get this part to go back in place where it's supposed to be. Kind of. But that's all there is to do. Actually, that's not a great look. That's all there is to do in this issue. Hope you're enjoying this build. I am. It is a good build, but it has some minor issues here and there. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Leave a comment. I love to answer comments. If you're tired of hearing me whine about the lack of quality on them, on the partworks, let me know. I am interested to hear what my audience thinks. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video.